Block Party Weekend in the City. It was leaked, talked about that a bit with Matt and Russell, and then the B-sides consequently, or maybe coincidentally, I don't know, became quite massive for that reason. Um, yeah, can you explain a bit the history behind that?
You know, as I understand it, as a amateur block party scholar, um, I think the fans basically made a project or like a single download in like 2007 of all the B sides from the second album collated together and basically called it Another Weekend in the City. So it's almost like this second album which never got released. And there's like various track listings of it. There's various different covers for it, which are all like very fitting for the album itself. And it's a pretty flawless collection of songs. And I remember downloading it late 2007 or something. And I was like, most of this is better than the second album. Songs like Cain Said to Abel and Rhododendrons are like as good as anything on that second album. And they sort of just got washed aside and never saw the light of day. So that would have been late 2007 before your Spotify's the world really took, you know, became the thing. And never got released. They were just sort of sat on like, you know, abandoned YouTube accounts. And these songs were just for the real heads, you know what I mean? And like a gift from the gods, the last couple of months, Bloc Party have started releasing all these hidden B sides and bonus tracks. And I think Bloc Party are probably the second best B side band on the planet, quite frankly. And finally, we're getting to hear all these songs on streaming without getting going on YouTube and getting adverts for gambling and I don't know SIM cards and I don't know moody credit cards
Yeah,
between
it does
songs.
take the edge off listening to
You
music,
lose
doesn't it?
something, didn't you? You lose something. The adverts every 3.5 minutes. So yeah, they appeared from the sky the last couple of months, and yeah, the big one, Another Weekend in the City, hit streaming services today. Temporarily, I should add, Harry.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll get to that because I mean, I'm interested how you downloaded them back in the day. Was it a LimeWire job?
It wasn't LimeWire. I remember there was like a blog that I used to go on. I cannot for love nor money remember what it was called now. And but I remember also downloading like Another Weekend in the City and all these like acoustic block party sessions. And there's a whole bunch of like acoustic radio sessions and stuff as well. And they were brilliant. And as these things do, these sort of like strict download websites just end up sort of rotting away and going unnoticed and you lose iPods and stuff. And this stuff's never really, I don't know, safely secured and put on hard drives. And a lot of these songs were just sort of lost for me personally for a very long time. Yeah.
Okay. And is it more than like one album's worth? We're talking
Well,
here.
this particular thing, Another Weekend in the City, is these are all the B sides from the second album, which luckily actually I got most of these on vinyl a couple of years back when Block Party played the Roundhouse. They sort of done a post on their Instagram a day or two beforehand saying, "Guess what? We've got a whole bunch of vinyl that were hidden under beds and in wardrobes that are on sale for today. These are the last of them." And basically, I got all the singles from that era and a couple of the earlier ones as well on vinyl at that show. This is only about 6, 7 years ago. It was amazing.
Right, with these B-sides on.
Yeah, but I knew them anyway from when I downloaded them in like 2007. I had them on an old iPod for about a year and a half. Obviously, iPods died back then. The iPod minis didn't last very long back then. And then, like, I'd go on YouTube and listen to these songs occasionally, but either only when I'm really happy or really, really sad. I was having a really good day or or a really bad day if I was ever listening to these songs. Yeah.
But like, how many songs in total are we talking, do you think?
That's an album's worth. It's like 13, 14 songs. Yeah.
Okay, right.
On this particular project, anyway. Yeah.
And then, so when you listened today, you listened before it got taken down.
Yeah.
Could you tell us sum it up or not?
I was too excited, man. I was just so excited to hear him on the phone. You know what I mean? Without gambling adverts in between. It was.
Yeah, yeah.
But then, but basically, because I downloaded them on my phone earlier from Apple Music, and when you go back and listen to them a bit later on in the day, you could tell the mastering between some of the songs was a little bit off. But that was only once
Okay,
I knew that Block Party were going to get rid of them. Yeah, I
right.
just sort of once I got told they were iffy, you go, oh yeah, yeah, I can definitely tell now. Yeah, 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 big time. Yeah,
All right, well, let's read the statement then that they posted
Jeez.
Block Party roughly 7 hours ago. Um, the audio quality of A Weekend in the City B-side was well below what we expect. Owing to a number of errors at the record label, we are looking to fix this as soon as possible, but until then, we have to remove the songs from streaming. We will update you ASAP. And then it's weird. I wonder what's happened there because they must have heard the versions before they got published. So I wonder what type of error it was.
So it seems to, I remember them being on their stories of like they found all the archives basically, and all the masters and stuff were hidden in some records shelved somewhere. And it seems as though what happened was that like the ripped sort of from MP3s, from MP3s, from MP3s, from MP3s, really low quality ones were the ones that seemed to get uploaded, not the actual
Okay.
masters, is how I understand it. But
Right, right.
I don't know, I'm not some sort of audio file. I couldn't really tell you. Yeah.
And then let's read the statement from Colin from accounts, Colin from management. Hi, I just wanted to update you all on the release today and what's gone wrong. When I hopped on Reddit this morning, I was hoping to see you all excitedly listening to these songs and discussing them. Unfortunately, I saw the complaints about the sound quality, and you're right, it's a mess. So people were complaining before, apparently, before they got
I wasn't one
removed.
of them. I wasn't one of them.
It transpires that Pias, the record label with whom the band had partnered to release the catalogue recordings, have used rips, okay, like you say, yeah,
Mm.
rather than taking the time to find the masters and deliver them to DSPs like we were told they were doing. As far as we are concerned, this is totally unacceptable and a bit of an insult to those of you who have been excited to hear the songs properly, particularly the likes of Vision of Heaven that have been impossible to come by in lossless format historically. From
It
my
seems like really
side,
throwing people under the bus, aren't they? That was pretty harsh. This is their fault. It's their fault completely, not ours. But sorry, was there more, Harry? Go on, please.
yeah, sorry, just one more if I can manage to get it out. Um, from my side, I can only apologise that this wasn't caught before these songs went live today. I should have insisted on hearing these tracks before they went up, as opposed to assuming the label was doing its job correctly, and will 100% be making sure this is the case in the future. As for now, we've asked the label to take down all these songs from DSPs and they won't be replaced until I've 100% confirmed we are submitting a lossless original masters from the big box I know is in their office, rather than lazily uploading audio that some of you have better versions of on your own hard drives. I mean, there's loads.
Goes on, don't they? They go on.
Important to note that the band had nothing to do with this debacle, so please don't dig them out on Instagram. You can abuse me here instead. We'll 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 post something for the non-Reddit fans to socials a bit later, but wanted to get this up here first as I know how passionate this community is. I'll update you all when we have more from Pias. Thank you for your patience and sorry. Colin, Bloc Party Management. Blimey.
Someone at PIAS is actually on the shit list, aren't they? So were you familiar with these songs at all, Harry? Do you know all these songs?
Nah, I've been slack on these. I kind of lost.
Mm.
I did lose a bit of interest in Bloc Party at some point. I don't know, and it's only yeah. I've not. I didn't really get into the later albums after Silent Alarm. Only like singles, really.
Sure. Give me your time. Honestly, there's some real big songs on this collection. Like I said, I think Kane Said to Abel and Rose on Adendrons. I forget what I pronounce it now. They're the two real standouts. They're as good as anything on that second album. There's a few of them which are like just okay, but essentially like a bonus Block Party album of a very good quality. So like, yeah, get involved.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And do you think it is better than the second album, or
No,
do you think it's
it's not.
because
It's not. It's not. But there are those two songs that I mentioned are more than worthy of being on that second album.
do you think there's something about it being a bit of a lost album that creates a bit of like magic around it type thing?
Well, no, because I don't because like I remember downloading that like at the time and like the riff on Kane Said to Abel, it's like straight away, it's very immediate. You think, where has this been my entire life? It's no, it'd be more romantic to say it was just because it was a lost album or something, but it's not. It's just like the strength and quality of the songs is enough, genuinely. Yeah.
Okay, yes. Well, hopefully it'll be back up soon if it's not already by the time this video's out. So
And if you can't wait that long, go on YouTube and listen to a very bad, converted, crushed version of it.